What's going on? Welcome back, YouTube friends and family. It's your boy AJ Red. I'm back again with another clip, video, whatever you want to call it, fucking review. With one of my favorite shows is actually back, which is Married to Medicine. So I actually want to talk about it. Season 9, they're actually back. Let's see how fresh the blood is. Y'all want to chat about the shit? Well, I do. So here we go.
It's the AJ Red Show, starring me, AJ Red. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Now let's get into it.
What's going on, and welcome back to another episode of the AJ Red Show. This video is basically tonight about Married to Medicine. They're back with season 9. I've been waiting for it to come back for so fucking long, and I'm so glad it's back. It's one of my favorite shows actually on Bravo. But before you get started, do not forget to click the little notification bell so you'll get these videos when I actually put them out. Subscribe and share with a friend, okay? But real quick, jumping right into Married to Medicine Season 9. Again, I must reiterate that I am happy that this show is back on. I've been watching Google, Bravo's website, and a lot of others trying to see and get the scoop on when they would actually be back with Season 9. And I'm so glad to say that they are back now. I am a little behind. As you all know, I told you before, I have been down with COVID, and I was still trying to get out more videos. I'm doing a lot better now. I've gathered my strength, and I'm bringing shit back to y'all with full force. And of course, I have to get back to the 9 to 5. But with that in mind, jumping right into the show, season 9, episode 1. Let me just first off say all of the ladies looked beautiful. Okay, everybody looked vibrant. They looked like they came out of COVID on top. Their style of dress, they're back into it. They're starting off businesses. Jackie's put out her new line of skincare product for African American women. What is her name? Anila. Anila is finally now finished building that big ass house we all seen, trying to finish up in season 8, and has furnished it. We'll get into that in a moment. Contessa is actually doing what she sees better with her marriage between she and her husband, which is a good thing. I didn't y'all, if y'all saw the shit season 8 when they left off, I didn't think they were going to make it at all with all these therapists he was having and all this different shit and all these lies he was telling. Toya is back, child. Toya is back with the same old drama, wanting to be in competition about bigger houses and all this shit. Since Anila has finished her home, now it's a little bit bigger right now on the block from where Toya's used to be home is. And so now Toya did mention when they were leaving out of season 8 that she was going to be considering putting this house up for sale, which she has come to motherfucking fruition on. She did put the house up for sale. She and Eugene, and I was saying she at first because it seems like she has all the control over there, but we'll get into that in a moment. Simone and Jackie, well, I talked about Jackie already. Simone is looking really good. She and Cecil seem to be on a good page. At some point in time, their marriage was on the rocks. It was not looking too good for them, but I guess due to therapy, a good therapist, and some time spent together and focusing on one another, they've actually come to a better page in their life. Seems as though. Heavenly, y'all. Heavenly is still motherfucking crazy. Heavenly ain't got no good sense. I'm pretty sure I'm just pretty much waiting for her to get into it with somebody and then apologize and then turn around and say, yo, mama. Some shit like that, because y'all, we all know she's good for it. And I'm pretty sure it will be coming soon unless she's really had a revelation or an epiphany during her downtime amidst the COVID. And also she started a hair care line. I'm sorry, not a hair care line, a wig line or hair line or beauty store. So we'll talk about that in a moment as well. Quad, it's all new to me. She's pretty much raising her nephew, and her mom's living with her. So let's start there with Quad and work our way back down the loop. So me personally, the way I saw it with Quad, she looks good, doing good. I'm proud of her with the new house. The house is beautiful. she's getting more into the family dynamic. Now, let me just say this. It's mighty funny how, when she was with Greg, she didn't want any children. She pretty much banished that part of her life away, and that was the big blow up half the time between she and Greg. She didn't want any kids. She wanted her career to thrive. She wanted to be a working woman. She wanted to be a breadwinner and all this other shit. So, it kind of holds some truth to when we used to say back in the Gap when all this was going, I'm going to say me at least, that it felt like that Quad was riding Greg's coattail, or she married him just to get a name in the game, which was on the show Married to Medicine, which really got her name out there, and is exactly how I got to know her, personally, through the show. I didn't get to know her any other way, through any other show or any other thing that she was doing, not even the brand of dog clothing and all this other stuff she was trying to shoot for. But now it seems as though she's been a friend to the show for quite a while, off and on, keeping her head up and doing other projects in the background. Now, all of a sudden, now she's okay with raising a child. Now, let me also say, mitigating circumstances caused it. Her brother passed away from some heart complications, is what she told us. And that's how she ended up, having taken care of her nephew and bringing him in the home with her, which I guess is a good storyline. It may not be Married to Medicine, but I don't know, raising, the child or something. I don't know. But we'll see what that has to bring for Quad in the coming episodes, raising the child and all this good stuff. Heavenly with the hair store. It's a new business venture. It's something she wanted to do for Allura. I think as a kind of a baby for Allura to kind of have to start off. The boys are out on their own, probably still in college doing their thing and probably having their girlfriends and doing all kind of other shit. And she's stuck at home with daddy all the time, and daddy's definitely stuck at home with her ass. I'm just trying to figure out, it's like, at once upon a time, I would say they had this great relationship, but looking at it over the years, it seemed almost like Heavenly got some kind of fucking voodoo spell put on daddy, because in the end, I know she gets on his nerve because he has the fucking patience of a saint, because half the time, I'm not gonna lie, Heavenly is fun, but she gets on my goddamn nerve, with all the extra shit. Anytime somebody looking at daddy, she got to have an attitude. She got to confront a bitch or say something. If you're confident in your man and who he is and where he's at, and the home that you provide for him and the services that she says she provide for him, why are you, so always up in arms whenever somebody gets around daddy? I'm not going to say nobody want him, except you. But in the end, damn, he's a good man, but goddamn, he's a good man for you, bitch. So you don't always have to jump the gun or jump in a bitch's face every time somebody speak to daddy or try to have a conversation with him, because I'm pretty sure she's still on that same bullshit. Allura has grown up a lot, and that little girl looks so fucking much like Heavenly. She looks like Heavenly to the point to where I'm hoping her attributes that Heavenly has do not pass down to Allura, and I kind of think they have, and she's kind of silent about it. Because she used to put Heavenly in her place or check her when she did certain shit, or she went to consult Allura about things that she had going on with the other ladies. Simone ain't really got a whole lot going on this episode. As I stated before, getting back to Toya, with her situation, she's just so fucking ungrateful, y'all. Every other woman on this platform is doing it for themselves and getting it on their own, including Anila's greedy ass and her superficial ass. She's still getting it on her own, with her own ends. And yes, she's surviving off of her husband, but at the end, she has an income of her own. She has a name of her own that she's making for herself, or that she's made for herself, actually. And I think she's done pretty fucking well with it, seeing as though how when that bitch said that, she kept going up on the price, up on the size, dealing with her mom. But we gonna get to that shit in a minute. Right now, we dealing with Toya. But Toya is so fucking superficial. After they was in the red, got back in the black and all this bullshit, and finally got on good terms with finances, she and Eugene, she was still egging this man on, sending him down to the hospital to do more fucking shifts, just to cover these bills and to get this fucking big ass grand house built. And now she got this big grand house built last season, finally got it finished. I don't believe she lived in the motherfucker for a year before she even decided to sell the son of a bitch and now rent a home now. And put this house on the market, and now she wants to build a bigger home because she has stupid ass ideas about tennis courts and all this other extra shit, because she's seen how Anila and her husband has done their home, and she's so fucking jealous. She's always in competition. Me personally, I couldn't even see my ass with Toya for this motherfucking long. Eugene has to be a saint as well, because when it's all said and done, dealing with Toya's attitude, her fucking greed, and half the time she don't do a motherfucking thing other than complain about what it is she ain't gotten, what the fuck her friends gotten, what she want, you know, already. And I feel like you living a good motherfucking life as it is. What Eugene need to do is go ahead and sign some papers and divorce your motherfucking ass, or at least separate from your ass and give you an idea what it feels like to work on your fucking own and put that little partial degree you got together and make some coins for yourself. Because at this point, other than the show, she ain't made a fucking dime that I've seen or that's been reported. I mean, and don't get me wrong, I'm pretty sure it's a decent living, but at the end of the day, she's not putting that much fucking money in to keep on hollering about building and building a bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger fucking house, when y'all only got them 3 little badass motherfucking boys running around up and through there. So you need to chill the fuck out. So it's no wonder Eugene look like he about to be stressed the fuck out. He been stressed out. COVID done got to him. Ain't he married to your ass? That's a lot going on right there. Too much going on if you ask me. I'd leave your ass. So anyway, moving on to Contessa, as Heavenly likes to call her, Contessa. Like I said before, it seems like the marriage is getting in a better place. It seems the marriage is getting in a better place. Although she's slinging a lot of fucking innuendos about how she's getting her body together and how she's doing all this exercise. She's trying to get back to her original size of when she was Miss somebody, you know, on some platform some while ago during her time in nearly high school, or beginning of college, or some shit long back yonder ways in those years. But she's throwing a lot, to say they're in a good place, she's throwing a lot of slang about she's trying to make sure she get her body back in that spot just in case, you know, she got to be back in the dating pool. So it seems to me, underneath the seams of it all, they can't be doing that motherfucking well for you to be up on here throwing them kind of slangs towards old boy. So I'm just trying to figure it all out. But the children look happy. They seem, you know, up on the surface of things, they seem to be happy. They seem to be getting along a lot better. They're saying that they're not arguing, but they're finding a better way to get through the arguments per se. I guess instead of arguing, having debates versus arguments. Which is, I guess, kind of the same thing, but on a lighter note. You know, it's just basically the part of seeing each other's side and coming to a compromisation, especially if you're going to be in love with somebody. If you love somebody, that's what you do. You compromise. You don't compromise to the part of your integrity that's being compromised. Don't get me wrong. But, you know, you set your boundaries and you move forward with the relationship, the marriage, whatever it is it may be. But in the same light, you try to do it for better on a positive note, positive vibes, and hearing each other out and having that ebb and flow and not just being one-sided when it comes to conversation. Because I felt like with the two of them in the past, it felt like it was one-sided from Contessa's point of view. And even kind of for us, I think as the viewers, it seemed as though he wasn't listening to her. You know, she wanted certain things, and yes, she was married. You know, she had children, and it was a lot of sacrifice for him and even her and the children, you know. So all those things needed to be taken into account, but they say they got through it. But again, we'll see where the fuck they are and how they do in these coming episodes with this season 9. Moving on to Miss Jackie. Miss Jackie. Looking good, looking beautiful to be the oldest cast member on the show. She doing it to death. The ladies are still trying to keep up with her and good keeping the fuck up, because at the end of the day, she makes her own bread. You know, in several ways, she's an obstetrician. She has her own clinic. You know, her husband's retired from being a basketball coach. And now she has, like I said, the skincare line. So she has a lot going for herself. And she doesn't seem to be stressed or bothered with any of the other ladies' bullshit at this present moment. But we'll see how things go on, because Jackie has been known to be the mean girl when she's had to be and defend off some of these other ladies or some of their bad juju and their fucked up ass vibes, which I don't blame her. I can kind of relate to her in a sense, being in that group or any group of friends where you, even if you're not the oldest, you just have this essence of there's so much more to life that's to be offered. And especially when you're older, because you've seen a lot of other shit that these other females have not yet seen or experienced, and vice versa. So they have so much to feed off of one another when it comes to personalities and vibes and within the friendship altogether. So I think it's going to be a good group. on this season. We're going to see how they pan out. But Jackie looks to be doing good. She and Curtis. They're definitely in a better place. Curtis has been through some shit. They've been through some things, and I'm pretty sure it seems as though Curtis has learned a lesson, and I'm proud of him. You know, people make mistakes, and that's what life is about. For one, Jackie understood it was hurtful, and I think it was very hard for her to take him back in the beginning because she kept living in the past from the hurt that had taken place. But once she started to recognize the love that they shared in the past, the present, and even more so could be in the future, you know, and she realized why she married this man. And he also did things to make those memories come back and be authentic about it. And it was received in a beautiful way, in a good, positive way on both ends for them. And I'm so glad, just like Cecil and Simone, I'm so glad they made that work. Now getting to Anila. Like I said, the house is beautiful. We know these people, most of them are on here are just we're looking at the fashion, we're looking at the homes, we're looking at what the fuck they pushing up and down the streets of Georgia and all that shit. If you not, I know I am. That's the whole reason I watch the motherfucking show. Not only just that, I like the people, I like the group as a whole. I kind of like what they bring to the show. But anyway, moving on to Anila. The home is fucking immaculate. Did y'all see it? It is so beautiful. That spiral staircase, I think it's a double spiral staircase. It took a lot to go into that house. That husband was annoyed as fuck last season by her ass and her fucking mama, because her mama is aggravating as fuck. She got on my entire nerve last season, telling everybody what the fuck she wanted in the house and how big she thought it should be, and making these decisions and making these rules and all this other shit. When last I looked, her husband was even saying, Anila's husband said they wasn't putting a fucking penny in, so why y'all got so fucking much to say? Fuck family tradition. She says she's not even from over there. Anila, she says she from the U.S. So, you know, with that being said, why did y'all making this man hold on to all his family tradition by listening to somebody else? Over here in America, the way we do things, we build your ass a mother-in-law suite and pitch your ass up in the bike and let you sit back there and give you all these good amenities, and probably even a maid and a butler and somebody like that to come around, like Florence, to come around every now and again and take care of some shit. And if you get too old, send somebody back there to give you medications, give you a little water and shit, and make sure you good and steady back there. But as far as being up in the front, on the forefront, telling the bitch how to build this and make that, that's too much going on. Yes, the house is definitely now big enough for all of them, but the mom seems to still be complaining about extra shit. And for the fact of the matter, me personally, I don't know how y'all bless y'all house, but I do not plan on having a big ass musty cow coming up through my house to my blessing it and shit, leaving cow patties all upon through my shit. That cow wasn't meant to be up in there. If you want to live like that, stay over there in what they call a piss poor country, because I don't call them that, because that's motherfucking survival if you ask me, over there in those countries where they call shithole countries, as our former president called it. But if that's the case, then stay your ass over there and let them cows trample through your hut and shit them through there and then scoop it up, because whoever that lady was working for them in the house, she a good bitch. Because when I tell you, when that cow would have shitted down up on that floor, I don't give a fuck if it would have been outside or inside. The bottom line is, y'all better get a hose, bitch, and put that little nozzle on that bitch and let me spray that shit. They go off in the backyard and fertilize their grass, because I'm not finna sit up here with a big old bag. That's not no dog, bitch. That's a cow. That's a whole cow. And you think I'm finna get him? You had to take, the lady had to take both hands and scoop that big old puddle of shit. That looked like a big old pock of mud. I said pock because that's what the fuck, that's the best way I can find to describe it. A big ass pock of mud fell out the back of that cow's ass. And they want to tell a woman she had to clean it up, because I would have made the mama clean it up, since she's so into the spirit and so religious and shit. And that's her fucking, her type of thing or whatever. But yes, as far as Heavenly and Toya, honey, I don't know how y'all husband make it, because I would have been at least a trial separation from y'all to get y'all motherfucking head strong. To death do me part my ass. You got me fucked up. I'm about to bounce. You're not about to treat me like this and talk to me like this and act like no motherfucking fool. Yes, don't get me wrong, for you to be a little jelly every now and again, or, you know, show a little jealousy, that's a turn on. But, you know, the way Heavenly be cutting up, that's aggravating as fuck. And it's very unbecoming of a lady most of the time, especially just acting like a goddamn fool. So y'all need to get y'all manners together. We gonna see where the fuck this gonna take us. Like I said, I breezed through this first episode to see just how it was going on, what they looked like, what they had going on. I wasn't really paying too much attention. There is some tension, of course, through the ladies already. And of course, the person I guess gonna be the bad witch this season is gonna be Heavenly, which we all know Heavenly don't mind playing that motherfucking part. She does not care, and if it's gonna get her attention, which she likes, she down for the part. But apparently, they had said that Heavenly was down there in the COVID, ragging on these other ladies and their marriage and shit like that, and especially Contessa. So they kept showing clips of that. So Contessa has a little problem. Not just Contessa, but Contessa and some of the other ladies actually have a couple of problems with Heavenly, how she took to the show, with her show on YouTube, during the COVID shutdown, and was talking about them and their marriage. My whole thing is this, I don't see that being cute, Heavenly, if that's what the fuck you did, because these ladies are supposed to be your friends, on and off camera, but we're going to see what the hell it brings. So I just came back on here to introduce this shit. I'm so glad they back. I want to see what's going to happen, what's going to be the next phase and stage of this shit here. And again, if shit airs on Bravo, I think on Mondays. Me personally, I catch it on Peacock on Mondays, folks. So at 7. So y'all make sure y'all go down there and take a look and see what's going on with these ladies. They are definitely hilarious. They are definitely stylish. I love how they got it together. They're a fun group of ladies, but they can be a nasty group of bitches sometimes. So be on the lookout, honey. If you don't know any better, you haven't seen this show. But anyway, I got to get out of here. I got to go check out episode 2 and get some other videos taken care of for y'all. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Hit that fucking notification bell so y'all get these videos. You get the notification when the videos come out when I upload them. Also, check me out with my other videos, P-Valley, which I have to watch and post that today, and some other stuff I have here on my page. So keep it with your boy. Again, thank you for joining the AJ Red Show. Share with somebody you like. Share with somebody you don't like. Share with somebody you know. Share with a motherfucker you don't know. Because I promise you, if you don't like me, I guarantee you somebody else will. Just look at my views and my likes. And you ain't seen nothing yet, right? All right. So for y'all that do support, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I love you. Take care of yourselves. Love on yourself and love on somebody else, but only if they're willing to love on you in the same way back. Okay? Because we ain't got time for all that. All right? All right. Take care of yourself. Love y'all. Bye.